दर्शकबिन नमस्ते, म सम्राट कार्की फेरि पनि तपाईहरुलाई आज मैले विशेष खाले एउटा जानकारीमूलक एउटा कार्यक्रमको बारेमा बताउँदै छु। त्यो कार्यक्रममा चाहिँ अहिले न्युयोर्क सिटीमा कमर्सियल र रेजिडेन्सी जुन घरहरुमा चाहिँ घरबालहरु बढ्ने क्रम जारी छ, त्यसमा चाहिँ पर्सनल रेजिडेन्सीमा चाहिँ 7% छ भने कमर्सियलमा चाहिँ 33 भन्दा धेरै पर्सेन्ट चाहिँ घर रेन्टहरु बढ्दैछ र यसको विरोध स्वरूप चाहिँ छाया सीडीसी को नेतृत्वमा आज एक कार्यक्रम भएको थियो, जुन कार्यक्रममा चाहिँ सिटी काउन्सिललाई चाहिँ हाम्रो आवाज पुर्याउँ भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ त्यहाँ विभिन्न किसिमका व्यक्तित्वहरू उपस्थित पनि हुनुभएको थियो भने जसमा चाहिँ जेसिका रामोस लगायतका विभिन्न हाम्रो काउन्सिल मेम्बरहरू पनि उपस्थित हुनुभएको थियो र यसको सम्पूर्ण डिटेल म तपाईलाई देखाउने छु। त्यसमा के भयो, कसले के भन्नुभयो भन्ने कुरा म सम्पूर्ण डिटेल्स देखाउने नै छु र तपाई हामी पनि यो कार्यक्रममा जोडिन चाहनुहुन्छ भने चाहिँ छाया सीडीसीलाई तपाईले सम्पर्क गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ भने सिटी काउन्सिललाई चाहिँ तपाईको भोइस पुर्याउनको लागि त्यहाँ एसएमएस टेक्स्ट गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। म यो सम्पूर्ण डिटेल्स यसको फोन नम्बरहरू म यो मेरो भिडियोको तल डिस्प्ले गर्नेछु र तपाई हामी पनि यो कार्यक्रममा हातेमालो गर्दै सिटी काउन्सिललाई चाहिँ हाम्रो आवाज पुर्याउने कार्यक्रममा सहभागी हुन म सम्पूर्ण सबैलाई चाहिँ अनुरोध गर्दछु। थ्यांक यू। Something about today the renting establishment the first say something what's going on today like
I only speak Spanish.
Oh, okay, can you say in the Spanish?
Yeah, in Spanish please.
Yeah.
¿Y tú que la tomas?
Yes, with that.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's okay, yeah. Good. Okay. That's nice.
Hi.
Okay, hi.
Hi. I hear from
on my start here at Chhaya. While I was interviewing here at Chhaya, being from New Jersey, across the river, not knowing too much about Jackson Heights, during the interview process, we had the staff walk me around the neighborhood and introduce me to a bunch of small businesses. And just walking down 74th Street, 75th Street, jewelry stores, sari shops, all the amazing food that we have here at Jackson Heights, right? It's all because of small businesses. Small businesses are what makes Jackson Heights, Jackson Heights. And today we're here to correct the narrative that is out there a lot, right? Since the pandemic, folks have been talking about empty office buildings, empty storefronts, commercial real estate prices going down. That's all focused on Manhattan. Out here in the outer boroughs in Queens, we're seeing commercial rent rates just continuing to climb. Right? The New York Times reported pretty recently, out on the Rockaways, the rents have increased almost 38% in just 2 years. That's the largest increase of any neighborhood in New York. We here at Chhaya, Oregon, our small business organizer, that we are familiar with a little bit, has been doing surveys throughout Queens. Out of over 100 people that we've surveyed, small business owners, almost 2/3 of them have said that their rent has increased at least 10% in just the last year. So landlords are demanding more and more rent from our small business owners just because they can. And who does that wind up hurting? It hurts our small business owners. It hurts our community members who love a thriving community, a cultural community. Right? I have friends from New Jersey who come all the way to Jackson Heights to get their spices. That's not going to exist anymore if we don't do something to change it. And so we're offering a solution, right? We know that rent stabilization works on the residential side. 2.5 million New Yorkers have a rent stabilized unit, and it's done a ton to keep people in their places, in their homes. Pause for a second to let the train go by. So we know a rent stabilization system works. And what we want is to bring that same stability from homes to business owners as well, right? And so a rent stabilization system will curb rising costs, help business owners plan, and also take into account the needs of both small business owners and landlords. So today you're going to hear from some activists, some advocates, you'll hear from some of our elected officials, but most importantly, you're going to hear from small business owners. And small business owners work 14, 16-hour days. So just them being here, reading a statement, preparing a statement, goes to show you how important this cause really is. So I want to thank you all for coming out, for hearing their messages. And again, we're calling on the council to pass H.R. 93 and introduce the system to help stabilize our small businesses here in New York City. So to kick us off, I want to introduce State Senator Jessica Ramos.
All right, well, hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm New York State Senator Jessica Ramos. I actually represent that side of Jackson Heights, not properly Diversity Plaza, unfortunately, but I always enjoy coming here because it is truly a place where people from all over the world come to meet. I would argue that from 72nd Street all the way through 82nd Street, the entire neighborhood is just teeming with wonderful, beautiful people from all over the world who are looking to economic opportunity being available when they arrive here. And right now, it is getting harder and harder for entrepreneurs to be able to make ends meet. A big part of that is, of course, that the rent is too damn high. And as regular renters, residential renters, I should say, we say that all the time. But it's actually very true about commercial rent as well. Thousands and thousands of dollars are charged for storefronts just like these all over the neighborhood, making it harder and harder for our smallest businesses to compete. And in the age of Amazon, we really want our nail salons, our barbershops, our restaurants, and those whose businesses can't really go online to be able to keep their storefronts open. I'm also very supportive of our street vendors, many of whom couldn't have a bigger dream than to finally open their own brick and mortar restaurant. And time again, bad economic policy, like business improvement districts, get laid out and ends up pitting our street vendors against our brick mortar businesses, while real estate laughs all the way to the bank.
Exactly.
They want us fighting over these same spaces. They want to keep this false scarcity of opportunity, when in reality, New York has a place for everyone, always. That's the big lesson of being from Jackson Heights, I have to say. So I'm really here to ask that the City Council pass Intro 93 as soon as possible. Yes? Yes. Intro 93. All right, I want to hear lots of energy. I know the City Council is also coming to a close. I just got done up in Albany last week, and we're here to make sure that we are fighting for our smallest business owners so that we can rein in commercial real estate and people can dream of having their own business again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Senator. Next up, I want to introduce Loyson Gordon, the owner of Near's Tavern.
Fair rent, right? Fair rent. My name is Loyson Gordon. I own one of America's oldest taverns, but that wasn't going to be the case in January 2020 when my rent was tripled and I had no choice but to try to pay it. I tried the year leading up to that, and that literally drove my bank account to zero and some. All because I had a dream to really help one of America's oldest taverns. I realized with a place in 2009 that was 3 days from closing, it didn't matter how much history that was part of Near's Tavern, how much history that this place had of New York City history, American history, it was still going to be put in the wayside. It's still going to be closed. And so I jumped in to help. And 14 years later, 10 years later, I was faced with this rent, and I had nowhere to turn. nobody to turn to. But what I did do was turn to my community, the people that's always supported us, and galvanize them together to help. Thank God that we end up getting a huge amount of support that we're able to negotiate a 10-year lease that would lead us into our 200th anniversary. And what thank you. I've learned that community does conquer all. We just have to get together in order to make sure this works. What they have in money, we have in meaning and passion. And we must bring that together to make that happen. I also want to say that, they said that this, I think it's Olympia said that this is stalled in the Small Business Committee in City Council. And I realized something. When the pandemic hit, our rent did not stall. Us wanted to keep paying our employees, we couldn't stall that. And I'm asking the City Council, this is not the time to stall. This is the time to start negotiating, start talking about how we can change this. And I think today is Flag Day, right?
Yes.
This flag of America is supposed to be a flag of opportunity, not a flag of oppression. And today I want to just bring us all together under the American flag. That we have the Jamaican flag, like I am. We have the Peruvian flag, the Indian flag, all the flags here. That if we come together, maybe we can make a difference here. But I really want to just thank Olympia and everybody, Jessica Ramos, and everybody that's really just doing a tremendous effort to stop the stalling that's been happening. It's time to start. Fair rent now. Woo!
Thank you so much, Loising, for speaking. Next, I want to introduce the owner of Emma Nails, Sarah.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Chiring Sherpa. I'm the owner of the Emma Nail, the Long Island City, Australia, Queens. And I haven't before, I'm going to tell you too, my rent is before very cheaper. I'm 23 years ago this same place. After the pandemic, landlord will pain in my ass, very pushing to me. And then my lease doesn't have it with the property tax. He used to right now the property tax me this year. And my lease is one more year. I don't know next year he give it to me or not. Maybe how much money he charge, I don't know. I'm very worried for them. And I have one Manhattan, my 78 and 2nd Avenue. After pandemic, they closed my business because I can't afford to rent. The landlord changed the lock. I can't do nothing. And again, I'm worried to my nail salon. Maybe next year, hopefully they charge me the more money. Yes, I'm worried for my consultancy. This is my whole business. 23 years I've run this business. My daughter going to college. Everything that we are from there. And wherever I have my money, all the put over there. That's why I'm very worried. I need the law to pass. And please, this one, I need to concentrate in my thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So next up, unfortunately, we had a few small business owners who were unable to join us at the last minute, but they have prepared some written statements. And Ergen Sherpa, our small business organizer here in Jackson Heights, is going to read their statements.
Hi everyone. We need fair rent.
Fair rent now.
Yeah. Every day I work with local small businesses who work hard, pay tax, and create jobs in the community and support the local economy. And I have seen the pain and suffering the small businesses have gone through. A lot of small businesses had shut down their doors. I have seen because of the rent hikes, they cannot afford. They left the business because of the rent hike. There are some businesses who couldn't renew their lease. They have to leave. because the owner doesn't want, the landlord doesn't want to renew the lease. So one of them, I have so many businesses. One of them is Sonia Kaur. She's the owner of the Didi Dukan. Is right on 74th Street, and she had an emergency. She had an emergency. She's in the emergency room at the moment. She was supposed to be here, and she allowed me to read her statement. She says, "Good afternoon. My name is Sonia Kaur. I am the owner of Didi Dukan, a clothing shop on 74th Street here in Jackson Heights. My store opened just few months before the start of the pandemic, but I have been able to stay afloat because I work very hard. I often work 14 hours a day, longer to cover my rent, utility bills, insurance and more. Business is tough. There's a lot of competition from other clothing stores and vendors throughout the neighborhood. My store is below street level, so we don't have the most visibility. But I have still been able to carve out living for myself and my family. While there is a narrative that the pandemic caused a drop in commercial rents, that's a story focused on office buildings in Midtown Manhattan. That isn't what's happening in Jackson Heights. Rents keep going up. My rent used to be affordable. I paid $6,500 when I opened, and it is now almost $9,000. My landlord even added real estate taxes to my bill. Rent is already unaffordable, and my lease ends up next July. I don't know what the landlord is going to charge me with my next lease. My neighbors have the same landlord, and they have had problems too.
नमस्ते म किशोर सुब्बा हेलो अमेरिकाको निर्देशक
हेलो अमेरिका मोटोमा लामा सह निर्देशक हेलो अमेरिका
हेलो अमेरिका म प्रस्तोता सुमन थामसँग लिम्बू हेलो अमेरिका म सम्राट कार्की सिनेमेटोग्राफर एन्ड एडिटर